affair. Heroic have a lot of work to do if they want to stay in Cologne to make it to the playoffs. And to stop them, it is FaZe Clan in their way. We're hopping into the T side for Heroic, as you predicted. And the 1x bet odds are favoring FaZe Clan coming into this one.
Certainly understand it with how they've been playing at this event, with how they looked on that first map. Pistol round would be a lovely start for Heroic, just to get those rounds early, and they're going to try and go out to A, but Rain could line them up.
Oh, Rain got a double kill. Refresh is down, both down, and broky and Twist have found all of the kills for FaZe Clan. What a start to the pistol round. What a start to Nuke. And we talk about how strong they can be on the CT side. Well, a start like that is certainly going to help.
Will absolutely help them. Rain is so patient here, right? They turn around, but he's still able to line up the 2 kills. If anything, because they turn towards him, it helps somewhat that he's not shooting them in the back of the head, which can be really hard to do. Worked out okay for him, so nice work from Rain. And then you just see how good the individuals are looking on FaZe right now. Heroic having to take a Glock round ahead of this one. Just a single flashbang, and Olaf has had some tough games online playing this ramp room. Should be able to lock this down, though.
Well, he's looking to hold it. And we've seen some impact from him across the Nuke performances so far. We're really impressed by it. And broky, well, this is impressive. 3 on the FaMaS. Finally taken down by cadiaN. cadiaN will come in and sweep up Testis from behind. And cadiaN has found that FaMaS. He's going to hide at the bottom of hell. Just waiting for a FaZe Clan player to come into his trap. But a really solid start from FaZe again on the CT side, building up all of the money. We look to Heroic in terms of what they're going to be able to purchase up in the next round. It's not going to look great in terms of getting that utility out. They're not going to have everything they could want. But I would say the buy is likely to come through.
Should be coming through ahead of this next. I was saying Olaf's had some rough games online holding ramp, but I think we all know that Olaf has been a completely different player at this event. So I don't expect that to be a position that Heroic can really exploit. Especially in that round. It's just Olaf falling back and making sure he doesn't give away the fights. Twist has been taken down, but Olaf with an insta headshot, making sure that cadiaN can't do any more. 2-0 lead for FaZe. Buy at the ready for Heroic. We could, in theory, see the glass cannon or coming out from cadiaN. He would have to invest all his money into that. Leave himself with $100, so he decides it's not worthwhile. They go with the AKs instead. And the nades aren't too bad for Heroic either. Refresh goes down to a Galil to get a full set of utility. That will give them the ability to go for those yard smokes if they want to.
Rain, this is very aggressive into the lobby. He's got the MP9 in his hands while he's doing so. He's not going any further. And Heroic right now are just playing this default, holding this lobby control down. They haven't really gone for any control elsewhere. Heroic are now setting up these outside smokes. Interested to see what variation it is. We have been seeing a lack of the traditional setup where they're just crossing out of the red box. Every team is using this one now. It's just superior in most ways. Looks like the A flight will start to come through. Down. He's a headshot. Straight away on the Twist, and it's going to open up the round.
Rain still in that aggressive position, though. As they have the hut control, that means they can focus on door.
This is going to be real solid, because broky's just taking hut control, so now there's 2 players here right now.
50 seconds. Heroic is starting to make their move, but Rain decides to back away. He's still got a smoke, though. That can keep them at bay for even longer.
Oh, cadiaN in behind. FaMaS delivers 1. Headshot to the back of the head is down. But a 3v3. Refresh dropping back into the lobby, trying to deal with Olaf. But in the meantime, broky has found Testis. Heroic are being toyed with right now. They've got to get towards the site. And broky, he's having enough. Finally runs out of ammo. And Refresh will put him in the grave because of that. 23 seconds, and Refresh looking for the clutch. The bomb down in the middle of the floor. And Rain is right in front of him. Refresh with a kill. And now a 1v1. Olaf Meister back in HUD still. He thinks he's gone heaven, but Olaf is in towards lobby. Refresh trying to limit his positions he could be playing from. Now he's going for the plan. He's tapped it, and Olaf Meister in with a kill. Another great start from Olaf. And FaZe Clan are given 3 in a row. Heroic don't even get a bomb plant test. They don't even really have much money to go for a buy here either. This is a horrible start for the Danes.
Refresh spotted Olof earlier
Yeah.
towards ramp, so I'm slightly confused. He didn't realize that was the most likely position. Maybe he thought Olof went all the way back and was trying to mind game with him because he didn't fight with Rain
Maybe some
initially.
misinformation as well. From
Potentially.
It's kind of strange how committed he was to that. I mean, he was checking still back in lobby and hut, but he's definitely thinking it was going to be the heaven play.
Yeah, the only thing I can think is that when he killed Rain, he assumed if Olof was in that position, he was likely to try and trade his teammate, which didn't happen. Olof played for the 1v1, played it well. FaZe up to a 3-0 lead, although Refresh has brought an AK into this round, so definitely got to keep an eye on Heroic's buy in this one.
Yeah, he's bought down to $50, so we definitely want something out of this on this AK.
Looking like your bank account right now, Dinko.
Oh, yeah. There's all these Swedish prices, dude. We've been here for a week. It's insane.
We're used to it now.
And we
so
are.
when I go back to the UK, I'll be loving life. I'll be spending it all over.
Making it rain. 59 seconds in play. Heroic. Taking this one slow, Hawker, you know, just slowly filling out the round. And that's why, because you're going to find an opportunity like that. Tester taking Twist down, but broky, he's always finding these replies. This is insane from broky. Another great start, 7-2, 168 ADR.
He wants more. Looking towards yard. Here comes the drop, though. 3 players make it down safely, but cadiaN's going to follow them, and Shush unable to stop him from doing that.
Oh, and cadiaN's down with a deagle. He's going to look for the picks up towards top ramp, and cadiaN's under a lot of pressure. cadiaN looking for him, but Olofmeister is the one that comes out on top. It's 4-0 for FaZe Clan, and nothing really found out of the hero AK, so Refresh is down at $3,450. The rest of his teammates starting to buy up. So a great start for FaZe. Can Heroic put a stop to it in this gun round, though? They have to.
You know what's especially bonkers about this for FaZe? Is that they haven't even hit their final form yet, Dinko. Twist hasn't even been their standout player right now.
Yeah, that is
the
worrying.
other boys.
I mean, we haven't really had gun rounds yet, so...
True.
I'm sure that's where Twist can have his impact. And this will maybe have to look to him, because obviously Heroic are no slouches on this D side of Nuke. They can bring a great game. They've got 2 at this point, 1 map down already in the series. Outside execute in from Heroic again. Shush is going to be playing in towards ramp, but it looks like Heroic want to challenge Olofmeister. This seems to be a call that was used a lot online. But I wonder if it works the same against Olof now that he's on land, because he has not missed a beat.
He also has that AK, which is always helpful to hold on ramp if you want to get that one headshot and fall back. It's really nice to have that AK available for that exact option. FaZe have 2 players down towards B already. Twist and broky are both preemptively down on the B side of the map. That means Olof is much more comfortable sitting back on ramp. He doesn't have to commit to the fight. He spots them early, and he'll call to his teammates that they need to be ready down on that lower side of the map.
It seems like they've reworked how they're approaching the ramp setup as well. FaZe Clan used to allow Olof to commit there. We're relying on rotations from broky, but this is better from them. And Twist is going to be holding for Refresh to come in through his M4, and Twist has got the timing. He's got the kill as well because of it. And now the play from Heroic is down a member. And they're trying to get down to the lower bomb sites. Down is taking some damage, and Twist, oh, he gets taken out. Shoots on the headshot. Broky not too far away through the smoke, but the bomb plant will come through. Heroic looking to lock in their first on the board, but Broky's found. Down on the headshot. This is not looking great for cadiaN. It's all on Olof. Another double from him, and Olof not too far off. He starts tapping away to Decon, and Shoots is down there. I think at this point, Olof's going to have to tuck up tail and run away from this one. That was the opportunity. If he gets the kill at Decon, he has a chance to win the round. He's going to keep his clean sheet of 7-0, though. This is the reverse James Bond.
The Bames John coming out on the server. Yeah, Olof, nice to see that he's aware that the save call has got to come through here, because back in the old era of Counter-Strike, you wouldn't see them save in these sorts of scenarios. You'd see players try these rounds, but nowadays, the economy has become so maximized that if you have less than a 10% chance of winning the round, which is probably about where you put Olof there, you just have to save that. You have to go ahead and make sure you can drop for your teammates when they don't have the same sort of cash you do. Nice round for Heroic. It does come down to some key fights, though. If Twist would have got that kill onto the site, it could have made a massive difference. Stout had to hit a fantastic headshot of his own onto broky to put them in that position. So some great shots from Heroic. They've got to keep that up, though, because FaZe themselves landed some great shots of their own in that round, and broky's still going.
Yeah, broky and Twist getting great openings into this round, and FaZe, again, just given a huge advantage. This was how Mirage was playing out. You know, it feels no different. Heroic just losing these early kills, not really getting the trades, and Tessa's going to try and change that, and he's done that onto Twist. Although they are still down a member. Advantage held by FaZe Clan. But for Heroic, they can slow down the play, try and figure out if there's a mistake, if there's an opening, if there's a hole in this FaZe defense. And once again, they try ramp. It looked like Scout wanted to at least, but I think at this point, just waiting on his teammate to regain. Shush could come out the vent, they could split A. Oh, but look at this. The timing on the aggression has been caught by Tessis, but he wasn't ready for cadiaN. Great timing on the push on the CT side from FaZe. And now we're looking at Stown and Shush trying to make it happen. Stown has found the reply on cadiaN, and much more needed here for Heroic.
Shush will go back to get that bomb, which was dropped on the secret stairs. They are spread on the T side, so the CTs have the chance for some fair fights. Oh no, great headshot. He is starting to show up now. A couple of really important kills in the recent rounds. Olof is trying to come up to this upper side of the map, but the bomb's still down towards B. And Stown could just drop down those vents any second. They'll group up and they'll leave Olof in a really hard position.
Shush is going to look for the bomb plant, no problem. And Olof, again, he's testing one of these scenarios where it's not exactly a winnable clutch. He's got to save the weapon instead, and Heroic are given a second. Although, for a moment there, I did feel like that was FaZe Clan all over, because the timing on the push into lobby, Testis, if he doesn't get those shots off, I think the round's done. I think the timing and the call was great from FaZe, and I think it was the right call, but Heroic just have an individual stepping up, and it's Testis delivering in this one.
And Stown had to land some good shots to get them into this position too. So a really positive sign for Heroic that while the rounds still look like they are relying on individuals in a large way, normally Heroic have those individuals. Hopefully that can continue for them. An all-important upside here for Heroic is they have put that CT economy back down to a bad position. And now that they've done that, if they could just go on a win streak early, if they could just win this round and put FaZe down to a lower buy, even if it just means you get 4 or 5 early rounds, it puts you in a much more comfortable position after you struggled so heavily to get T rounds on the previous map. So Heroic will be hoping they can hold on for this one. Or for broky, joined by some weaker weapons.
Oh, dropping down the Mac-10, gets taken out by Twist's Deagle. Not an easy weapon to try and get past. He luckily has found broky, but Twist has got another one. How is he doing this on the Deagle? But this time now he's got an AK. When Twist has an AK in his hands, you never really know what's possible, and he's down on secret. He might be finding another one! It's a headshot from Twist. And he's going to drop back into the vent now for cover because he is low on HP. If he's to hang around too long, he would be found. So it's all about making this unpredictable, and Twist is going back. This time shut down by Tessis.
They are still up a man, though. Twist has done enough to put his team in a good position to steal this round away. Rain on the AWP. Not something you see too often, but if he's just holding the angle, could certainly be successful.
Even though Twist has put them in this situation, FaZe still have weaker weapons in play. It comes down to the situation that plays out in front of them, and this could certainly favor them. Rain favors the Deagle, though. He pulls it out. He comes right through the smoke, and Rain does not miss those. Testis is alone. He's got to pull it off, and Rain has got the idea. He's got the right read, but the headshot's there. Testis heard the scope. He was ready for the peek. And now goes around. A second chance for Testis. A hero play from Twist at the beginning of the round, but it might be thwarted by Tessis in this one. He's looking towards Hut. Olaf Meister, where has he gone? Tessis has to figure that out. He's going into Hut. He'll start to limit the chances of Olaf winning the round by taking this position, though. Because Olaf only has a flash. He's only got a Deagle. If he had an AK, maybe a better chance, but Tessis has the right read. He has the right position. This is going to be so hard for Olof to get back into this one. He could see him. Oh, the head is spotted. Testis gets away the position. And now Olof knows he has to focus. The defuse coming through. He's sticking it on the other side. It's not planted for Testis. Oh. It's stolen away. Olof's done it. The 6, the defuse stolen out. The round is his. And FaZe Clan. That is a ballsy round from them. And it's started by Twist.
Olof just refuses to die right now. 8-0. Heroic must have assumed there was no kit in play, because it was a round where FaZe didn't have that good buy. They didn't have that good investment. They only had the one kit in the round in the hands of Olof. But he's able to make the difference with it. And Twist obviously making the difference earlier on in the round. I thought for a second when cadiaN missed that opportunity, it could have been done, but Olof knew he could tuck in behind the silo. It looked like Testis was just waiting for the 10-second defuse, but he didn't know the kit was in play. And now this game has opened right up.
That is incredible from Olof, but for Heroic, it's a frustrating round to lose, but it's one where Testis gets them into a situation that is winnable, but it looked rough. The mistakes came in at the start of the round. It wasn't just that situation that played out that got them there. They had a poor start to the round, setting up Twist, spacing was kind of off, no trade coming in. Testis had a lot to do, and even getting it into that 1v1 was difficult. They have to focus up into this one. It's the quicker play right down the vent. cadiaN's blinded, so he has no idea where he's spamming right now, and that does allow Heroic down into the B-bomb site.
It's a slow response too. Olof has just arrived now. The smoke's in play. Twist has been dealt with. They've got to get some kills soon here because Heroic are all over this bomb site.
Well, the immortal Olof Meister is still down there on that B-bomb site. cadiaN has found a headshot, and Olof is starting to drop back. I think FaZe are starting to consider this one a done deal right now, at least holding back together. They're waiting on each other to group up again and then go for the kills. And they're waiting on cadiaN. Olof doesn't want to commit to it alone. And now Rain has gone through for Mass, trying to get back into the site. He runs on through, but Shoosh has found the headshot. Olof, he finally goes down. And cadiaN is looking for cadiaN. Just about misses out on the kill. broky's alone. The time's ticking too far gone, and broky has to save the AWP. It's a round that Heroic needed. It's a round that they get. And cadiaN goes down to the bomb. But the money is so good right now for Heroic.
It's so bad for FaZe. Sure, broky saves the AWP, but a couple of players on 1.4k. Even your most expensive weapon you can get is just a FAMAS in the hands of cadiaN. Other than that saved AWP. They came through with some heroics in a round like this previously on the FaZe side. Now they've got to see if they can find their way into this round. Heroic have been doing well to get to this position. They've been showing us that their individuals will not be given up without a fight here on Nuke. They want to prove to us that they picked this map for a reason. Early yard control for Heroic. They had those smokes up, but they don't decide to commit to secret. It has still caused a response though. broky with that AWP is committed to the lower side of the map, while Heroic decide to go ahead and take yard control. But Twist in a good angle. Oh no, he can't take the opportunity. Damage done, but the mollies are in, and he's a dead man.
Yeah, burns away. Barbecue Twist. It's down. Good work in finding cadiaN, but Rain has found the reply. And for FaZe, this is a worrying scenario because Heroic is starting to wrap heaven, and they don't really have control with Olof. He's going to fight. That's the bomb, but it's the MP9. If he had a better weapon, he likely finds it. And Testis, he's Assassin's Creed right now, just jumping down, getting the headshot. Olof's out of play. And now they're just looking to hold on. 40 seconds left. Rain looking up towards heaven. This AK could still get something done.
Low on health though, so it's got to be headshots, but this is a strong angle to line up those heads. Needs at least 2 kills, you would have to assume.
Oh, as the steps on the lower side and in behind, and Rain's going to drop off, comes off the angle. Save call has been made, the bomb's going down to B anyway. Heroic are going to take this one, and it's 5-4. Heroic are doing a good job at tying this up, putting us in a position where they should be tying it up at least. But we're in this situation now where Heroic are actually getting rounds on the board as the T's, right? They struggled over on Mirage. They just really couldn't figure out the CT side of FaZe. And it was kind of the same start here on Nuke as well, but Heroic are getting onto the board. And I think a big part of that is definitely because of Testis. He's had a lot of impact across the board. Even in rounds they shouldn't be really winning, he's giving them chances. So Testis is doing a great job at the moment. I want to see more of that. The Danes will be up to 4.
Yeah, it's really helped them get onto the bomb sites, which was the biggest problem on Mirage. TeSeS getting a lot of those early kills means that you are getting into sites, into post plants. Heroic have a couple of times now got down onto the B-sided post plant scenarios. This kill is absolutely absurd. The fact that TeSeS just jumped straight down, no fear that he was going to die from those shots on the other side. Heroic's post plants on B have been good so far. I've liked the way they fought so aggressively towards ramp, which is quite commonly the main avenue of approach on those B-sided retakes. They've oftentimes had 3 players just fully focused in annoying angles to deal with those FaZe players. Now FaZe down to a low buy apart from the save guns, but Rain has to be careful. Refresh somehow hasn't seen him. Early kill for Rain, and that AK can be recovered. More damage done. Shoots down to 19 health, and this round is on the cards.
FaZe again in a scenario they should not be in. This time it's Rain that's got them the early kill. And Heroic just sit back, waiting for the mistake, waiting for the overextension. FaZe are not giving it up. They're not giving a single chance over to Heroic right now. And cadiaN's waiting for the time to strike on the Deagle. Rain on top with the AK at Hut. cadiaN spots the heads, down, and the barrel's been spotted as well. Rain gets the spam in, but he couldn't quite take down cadiaN. Still alive, still kicking in the round. 53 seconds as the smoke goes out to vent. cadiaN forcing them back, but cadiaN is really trying to get the last few bullets to land. They know they've damaged the player behind the doorway, but instead it's the ramp play, and broky's got aggressive.
He had the angle, but he doesn't have the chance to use it. Oh, Heroic thinking of saving here. They're slowing it down, and now that bomb's gone. broky's angle pays off. There's no way back here.
Oh, cadiaN has to run on in. He has to just go for kills at this point. Almost waiting with just a USP. He spotted the bomb get picked up. He knows cadiaN's right there. He's going to flank him. He's found an AK as well. Olof. Good night, cadiaN. Easy kill for Olof. And now TeSeS left alone. And he can't get the follow-up. You never really can count out TeSeS. I think for the round win, possibly not going to happen there. But 6-4. FaZe Clan, another round they should not be having much of a say in, right? That should have been a heroic round. And for FaZe, it's great to see this happening because we know their T-sides can be lackluster. So they need to win rounds like that. But Heroic want to try and limit those. You want to try and limit all of those little annoying rounds that are here in the weaker buys. It should have been theirs.
I was half expecting the knife from Olof with how confidently he's been playing so far, but I'm glad he just went for the kill. At that point, it's an absolute steal to win that round in the first place, so go ahead and do that. And for Heroic, they go for the early A play. Refresh the only man to fully commit to it. No one else able to follow it up. They give away another AK. There it just goes from bad to worse. There's a gap in the smokes. broky can see that no one's crossed early. He has now gone off the angle. Smoke to assist Olof.
Ramp has been off limits for Heroic until it's in the later mid-round. Initially, at the beginning of this round, it is really difficult to get into ramp, and they don't really seem like they want to go to ramp with any pace or try and deal with Olof. And that was something that FaZe definitely struggled with, so it's great to see that be a non-factor at the moment. Heroic going for the contact explosion towards outside, smokes are down, the deeper smoke into the hell window, and broky has to take a wider angle. Strategy player now climbing up hell into heaven, though. That's TeSeS. He's leading the charge on this one. His teammates are outside with him. It's going to be a slower round for Heroic. They don't want to send TeSeS up just yet. He's going to lock down the position. The rest of his teammates getting better spots, and Refresh has got down secret stairs.
And they're going to try and see if they can go down to this lower side of the map, but there are 2 CTs here, Twists and Olof on this lower side, ready and waiting.
cadiaN has been dealt with, so that's going to open up the round for Heroic, but Olof and Twist can certainly bring it back quite quickly. But a nice headshot from Stown, and now it is Twist peeking out from Vent. He's done well to find Refresh, but he's trying to figure out where the second player is. In the meantime, Heroic can't put that bomb down. Twist unable really to get involved. He's not really been able to spot anybody. cadiaN's getting team damage. Twist maybe now aware of where that player is, and he's going to look for the fight. He's getting chances. Finally, the headshot. Is this Twist M4? I feel like he was using the A1S a while ago. It's back to the A4 Hawker.
Just some great shots from Stown in this round, who has been showing up. Oh, Twist takes another one with him. That AWP should be recovered by one of those two players. stan will take it. broky will have to save. At least FaZe have a bit of money built up by this point. And a couple of good shots from stan in that round, though, especially this one onto Olof. That is the shot that wins you the round right there. You can hold the ramp flank as well, just to make sure it is 100% dialed in. One round in it between these two teams. Fairly back and forth so far, and that's okay for Heroic right now. They won't mind that. As long as they can keep grinding out a few more rounds here, they should be confident that their CT side will have a good chance of closing it.
cadiaN's at CT vent. It looks like a play from Heroic is likely to come in towards the same bomb site. Goes towards outside, twist to the back of Garage, gets taken out by Refresh. He's been really quiet, so that's a really big kill for him to find. And cadiaN, success under the frag on stan, and that's the reply needed for FaZe. That puts it back into the equilibrium. And now for Heroic, it is going to be this play towards outside. They're going to send utility this way. Refresh has got such a strong position at Garage that they know they can comfortably go towards outside. Only the one smoke used, but cadiaN has rotated down early. Oh, God. Test is right behind him. Headshot. It's a nightmare for cadiaN. It's an absolute horror story. And Testis continues to get kills onto Olof. Rain trying his best to try and take them apart, but it's just kills for Heroic coming through. broky and Rain, there's no chance in this one. They've got to save.
Very cool that TeSeS takes as long as possible when he knows he has that kill confirmed. He takes as long as possible to actually put that kill on the board, because he knows that way they'll have an ability to just rush it onto that B site, and there won't be as much time to respond for the FaZe side. So he waits as long as possible until his teammates are right there up close, and then just make sure to take that kill. They can all just gun it onto the B site together, and Heroic will win the round without FaZe having a chance to respond. They needed Olof to step up. He could not deliver. 6 rounds now for Heroic. FaZe continuing to be put in that position where the money woes are a problem. broky was blind, but so was Rain, so they both duck into cover, and that will be fine for them. Until it wins them in. TeSeS, especially once he gets that second out onto the site, making a good bit of difference. And it's definitely felt like TeSeS has been the main man, and then stan has also had some rounds where he's found important frags that have made the difference. After one of these rounds for FaZe where they don't have much to work with, only this time, it's really only the 2 saved rifles. They haven't even bought many pistols around them.
And that's very unlikely to ever come out with a round win unless hero play comes in from an individual, and that might just be Rain, but the peek in towards red has been cancelled because of the timing. He peeked out, no one was there, but in fact that is going to allow Heroic now to just bypass him and go down into the B bomb site. It's interesting they're leaving cadiaN just to lurk here as they go for their execute in towards the site. FaZe have been going for some double pushes in towards hut, so needs to be careful. Needs to choose his angles wisely. He's trying to cut off those rotations down the vent, but Heroic are taking their time as they go in towards B.
Oh, they're about to start making noise, but FaZe don't have time to respond.
Yeah. At this point, even if they try and get down vent, cadiaN's about to take them out of the round anyway, so I think for FaZe, it's best to save the AWP, save the M4. You stack out of sight, gamble. If it doesn't pay off, you just carry your weapons over into the next round, and at least you have something to play with. But the worrying part for FaZe is that this is going to put Heroic up to 7. It's going to put them in the lead. And we know FaZe need a lot of CT rounds to be able to compete. And it's not really looking that great for them right now. So more work. Every round that Heroic win is a harder piece of work being added to FaZe. In terms of getting on that T side.
And they may have to show us a different facet of their game here if they want the 2-0 on that T side.
Oh, Olof, he's got one. There we go. That's a nice AK for him as well. This is a brilliant buy now for FaZe.
I'll definitely be happy with that. Heroic playing pretty well so far, though, putting that FaZe economy back down into these poor positions where they're having to concede rounds, where they're unable to properly fight for every single round win. Getting back underway into this one. broky has that AWP. Still want to see if he can stop some of these yard plays that Heroic have been rocking with so far. Twist also playing around yards, but not going too aggressively to deny these same smokes up. Twist just seeing if he can get the timing right, but no damage done.
Yeah, no, Heroic have loved taking the secret stash control. They figured out that this really is the start to the round that's getting them a lot of success. FaZe's rotations haven't, well, previous round they couldn't come in, sometimes a little late as well. So I think Heroic are enjoying the fact that they can get down into secret, but this is the A play coming in for them, and Twist and cadiaN, they've done well, and cadiaN's got the follow-up. cadiaN's decided main, but Refresh is trying to do his best. He has found Twist, but a 3v2 is still favoring FaZe, and cadiaN's still alive.
Twist was out of ammo because he was spamming those yard smokes, which is such a shame because he had a free kill onto cadiaN.
Ugh. It's very unfortunate, and broky has at least got his backside covered because cadiaN's watching up towards heaven. So broky can afford to focus elsewhere. But here comes cadiaN. Oh, he's mid-noise. He fell off the ledge. Refresh is still on T-roof right now. So this is going to be a later execute in for Heroic. They're really going to run down that clock, and now comes the play into the site. cadiaN's low in HP, so he couldn't afford to stay near that Molotov. And he knows they're coming in from heaven, so he's going to choose his position underneath. And broky gotta hit the no-scope. Oh, gotta hit the quick-scope. Refresh just goes down, and cadiaN's spotted by Olofmeister. FaZe have tied up the scoreline.
One more round on the board for FaZe. As soon as cadiaN makes that noise, like a problematic procession. This time, cadiaN playing up on the rafters. In general, he's been committed to that squeaky angle, committed to fighting door early. So a cheeky little switch up for cadiaN in that round works out for him. All tied up into this last round of the half, as you so nicely put it. We'll see who can get the lead heading into the half. Both teams with the full buys. Down taking the AWP early in this one to see if he can get a pick through door, but oh, Twist has spotted that man.
And cadiaN's just going to be running. Twist has found Refresh.
Whoa.
What? Okay, broky. That's an insane shot onto cadiaN, and that has given FaZe a huge advantage into this last round of the first half. Heroic are stunned by that one.
That's a crazy shot from broky. They knew that cadiaN was going there, but I didn't think broky would be able to stop it from happening.
Yeah,
now it's Olof's turn to hold.
He just got there in time, and now Olofmeister's going to have to try and hold, but he has got help from broky, and he might not even need that much help because Olofmeister gets the headshot on this down. Testis left alone, and we have said Testis has been able to find impact, but I don't think that's going to be the case in this one. If he does, then this will be one of the most ridiculous rounds of the tournament. 55 seconds. Testis brings himself down to the B-bomb site. Smoke goes in the middle of the site, looking to confirm the plant, but he would have to find a post-plant quickly. He's going to get out of the double doors, and now is Twist challenging him, and oh, Twist with a headshot. Brilliant closer to the half here from FaZe, but it is only 8 rounds. So they got a lot more to do as we head into the T side. The second half will continue after the break. It's 7.5 coming in for FaZe out of the CT side, and we know they need a lot of work on their T side. We've seen it before. They've had big halves when they've won Nuke so far in this competition, and up against Heroic, it's not going to be easy. Their CT side is strong as well. We'll see if they can get it done in the 2-0, or will Heroic force us to a third.
Grab rush, but look at the stack. Look at the kill already. This is looking brutal for FaZe.
Oh.
They've come back with 1 kill, but there are so many more players to find.
And Rain has found the double kill, so that's pulled it right back into the 3v3, and it's the dual Berettas of Shush that have pulled it into the advantage for Heroic. cadiaN and Rain have got to double team this. They've got to find out how to get into the site, and you can't do much about that. Stown with a beautiful headshot. cadiaN now trying his best. He's tagged up Stown to low HP. Smoke goes out in front of the vent itself, but cadiaN now dropping back into a passive position. Must climb the ladder if he wants to go towards silo, but instead he's going to commit to outside. I just don't feel cadiaN even has much of a chance here at this point. You take a look at Heroic setup, it's going to be very difficult. You will at least get the 1v1 chance on this down, but I think once it gets into the 1v2, it's going to be real difficult for cadiaN. He didn't even land the shots down, dropping back, letting his teammates reposition. cadiaN trying to get into Garage, trying to wrap around the backside, but Stown should be aware of this possibility. He's not turning behind him. Finally, he will, and again, cadiaN missing the shot. He'll go after him, trying to jump around, clicking the Glock, and really trying his best to get something here as cadiaN just dances around the boxes. Oh my God, Stown, stop playing with him.
God, Stown just so annoying there for cadiaN. He's constantly running around, constantly trying to find a way in. And you can see Stown happy about that. He just bought so much time for his teammates. Even if he didn't get the kill, it would have been good. The fact that he lands the shot is great. And Twist there, trying to jump out early, but unfortunately, as he hits the ground, that's when the shot lands on towards him. So the CTs don't have to adjust their aim. They don't have to adjust the angle they're holding. And that makes it so that they can lock down some of those early fights. They can go ahead and get those kills. The stack was just so perfect to be able to shut it down. Now we have a single league for FaZe. Not too much to get excited about here. Expect we'll just see Rain trying to take the first fight. Then if he dies, someone else will try and get it. Oh, and he is about to die to Stown.
Yeah. A little unfortunate start to the round that for FaZe. Doesn't seem like it's going to get much better for them, but cadiaN is committed to the angle and could have had a double swing into him.
The Deke dropped up on the red container. They had to boost to get it back, and now they've been naded.
Oh, unfortunate, but they have got the kill.
Oh, what?
And the bomb plant's been stolen away by cadiaN. And the distraction has been able to find it down the B-bomb side. So a round will be one for Heroic, but it's the money here for FaZe that is the big factor. And I think they'll be pretty happy about this one, Hawker.
Not too bad, not too bad. Now they can get a good buy across the board. cadiaN sneaking his way through while we were so focused on the Deeg shenanigans. FaZe will have full AKs for this round, full nades at the ready. Let's have a look at what FaZe go for early here. I wouldn't mind just seeing a standard round with the yard smokes. I also wouldn't mind an A-rush just to test the waters there, but maybe that's something for later. Maybe first you test the Heroic rotations, and cadiaN knows it may be the yard play. He's got aggressive. He's tucked into the corner. Twist is looking for him, though. Oh, no, he's not.
Oh, he's not going to be able to find him, though. Oh, eventually the shadow will go around the corner. cadiaN with 1 in a second. Somehow gets enough off for the second kill, and Stown is going to have to back away. Heroic given a huge edge at the start of this round, and this is a must-win for FaZe. They've got to get going on this T side. Otherwise, Heroic might just grab control of things.
cadiaN could have just stole away their chance early in this round, because now they have to go to a plan B. cadiaN is trying to sneak up yard. He's got a teammate behind him. Refresh also only with an MP9, but he may just move into hut. There's no one here on the FaZe side.
Oh, he's got a good position here. He's trying to get a better spot, though. This is going to be a big moment if Refresh can make it happen, because 2 of his teammates are starting to come from a similar position in lobby, and Refresh looks to delay, and he goes out into the open. broky coming in with a kill, and Testis has missed the chance. That gives away his position. broky's hit the deck, though, and Olaf's still alive. He can still cause a couple of problems. He's 13-5 right now. Olaf's had an incredible game. Smoke down to the doorway. Bomb plant does come in from cadiaN, but now they've got to duo this. The older members of the squad trying to make it happen for FaZe. Stown has climbed up on top of the ladder, waiting for Olaf to come around, and he might actually get that chance. Olaf's about to walk towards outside, and Stown, look at that. Grit read. And now cadiaN's left alone. He knows they're coming in from heaven, but does he know all 3? And the answer to that is just straight up no. Now they come diving down to the side. Testis with a swing. Really well played from Heroic in that post plant. Or should I say retake, because they just did it so easily.
It's a pretty strong position for Olaf in towards main, but he's just so scared that there could be players creeping up close to him down below. There could be players up in heaven, so he feels like he has to go clear that to properly get the chance to play that good post plant position where the bomb is planted for him. Unfortunately, as soon as he goes down, cadiaN just has to hope that someone gives him that chance for the headshot initially, but never came in. Heroic made sure to stick together. They did a really good job at just dropping down. And like you said, Scal's read was on point. So Heroic up to 10 rounds. Thanks to their CT side having a strong start. FaZe's bomb plant means they do still have the opportunity to buy themselves. A couple of nades coming into the A-bomb side, a couple of mollies at the ready. Shush has been blinded. He's got to be careful here. He's now in a smoke. Oh, there are 3 CTs here, but Twister's got the first kill. That could prompt them to push. It's all the kills in favor of FaZe. Refresh trying his best, but it's not enough. TeSeS can't do anything about it.
With the bomb planted, no problem for FaZe. They will go up to 9 rounds. And a great response in the previous round. You come close in the post plant, you come close to winning the round, but it's the unfortunate scenario where it doesn't go your way. And a great reply is to come into the next gun round and be able to pick it up. And it shows that FaZe will be able to compete on this T side.
It's a very scary round for Heroic, because they had 4 players on A. 4 players.
Yep.
They only got 1 kill between them.
And that's what happens when you've got Twist and broky on the team, right? Twist is going to come into play a little bit more on this T side, I feel. On Mirage, not really used as much, but I feel on Nuke, he's going to be having a bit more impact. Early signs of that here. TeSeS saving his AK, so we will have that weapon to play with in the next round. For Heroic, though, it's a weird situation because you have quite a bit of money on a few players, and you know the T side economy can't be that good right now. So you could go for the investment and have it pay off. And I would not be opposed to that idea.
So there's only 3 players on the site itself, excuse me. cadiaN was coming up from secret, but still, the fact that Twist just goes back to clear that is pretty impressive, because cadiaN was about to get in a position where he could have impact. And 3 players on A, you would want to lock it down. You'd want to be able to get some good kills with, keep the round competitive. So still not ideal for Heroic. Big round here. If Heroic lose this, they could be set off to some poor positions with their CT economy. Exactly what happened to FaZe in the first half, where they had to concede some rounds, where they had to rely on some lower buys to try and come through for them. If Heroic get put down to that position, this could be anyone's game. Smoke down from Twist, but he's alone towards Yard. cadiaN's got aggressive though. They need to trade, but they're not ready for the AWP. Rain with a nice shot back, but he's still got to be aware of the AWP.
Yeah, great reply from Rain, but 4v4, TeSeS is on the ramp. They try and go that way to favor TeSeS to come out on top with a couple of jewels, and so they're going to put Twist down secret. cadiaN now regrouping, and here they go into ramp. TeSeS is under pressure. Utility, a flash goes through. TeSeS lines up one. cadiaN, the victim of the AK. They're going to wrap him from 2 sides, though. TeSeS is going to get caught and still gets away with another one.
Great work from TeSeS, and now Refresh can just tuck in on the B site. They're all around him, but the D could do the damage here.
They haven't checked him. They have not checked, and that's the bomb down. Refresh gets a double, and Heroic win the round. It's the deagle for Refresh that makes it work in the end. And TeSeS, what an animal. You test him on the ramp, and he will just come out with 2. They even tried to split him from 2 sides, and he still gets away with both.
And then Refresh on the lower side, the little dig that could. The one man without the rifle steps up with a double kill. Rain overlooks the position. He was hoping his teammate could peek as he was in midair. Timing just ever so slightly off for FaZe, and now they take a timeout. They have good money on most of their players. It's not the end of the world, especially considering Heroic's economy is also not ideal. If you do win the 1 round, you can still put yourself in that perfect position, that pretty position, where you put Heroic down to the low buy. A lot of pressure on this round, though. If FaZe lose it, especially without a bomb plant, then Heroic could just start to run away with the game. So good that they take the time out ahead of it. Do we see them go back to that A play? That's the question, because it worked so well for them when they went for it. But oftentimes that isn't a reliable answer to win rounds.
No, it's not sustainable to win those over and over again, so they're going towards this outside play instead. It's down. Catch of a player is to come through this close smoke. No one right now for FaZe Clan is even thinking about that, so Down doesn't go for any spam, doesn't shoot through the smoke at all, and that is going to allow FaZe to get down secret unscathed. And they're going to leave Olofmeister to make sure that no one's following them down the secret stairway. So it looks like a heavy play into B at the beginning, but look at the rotation already. Testis is down here in the site. If there is a player that you want holding the bomb site solo, it would be Testis right now. He's having an unbelievable showing, and he's got to do it again.
FaZe have also left lobby open for some potential aggression, but they're not fussed about that. They're going to commit to the B site quickly.
And cadiaN's come over to help out Testis. This is a good setup right now, but FaZe, do they go back up the vent? They haven't committed into the site yet. They're waiting, and they're really trying to run this clock down, but they're going through the double doors. They're trying to get up into control room. cadiaN's op is focused on decon right now. Testis is in a very good spot, but cadiaN might be under pressure. It's broky with a deagle headshot, Ray with a follow-up. That's what FaZe needed. Those two entries need to come through, and they come through immediately. They don't lose a single player, and now the B side is theirs. Bomb plant starts to come in. They're forcing the heroic players back, and cadiaN's trying to chase after them. It's not going to happen. cadiaN's going to go down, and heroic have to save.
It doesn't matter, though, even though cadiaN goes down. Ooh, damage both ways. Olof's happy to get away. Wow, that deeg shot from broky, that's crazy. He had to hit that headshot. As soon as he hits that headshot onto Tessis, all of a sudden, cadiaN has to adjust his position. The whole idea of that setup for heroic is Tessis can watch that other side, he can watch the double doors, and cadiaN can just sit and watch towards decon, and they can't get the bomb onto the site. But as soon as broky hits that headshot, that is the difference maker. Oh, Refresh is behind him. Oh, this is a kill all day. Olof's out of the round. Not a big deal. FaZe still have money, but something for heroic to get a little happy about at the end of the round. Couple of great shots from FaZe, though. Even though it looked like heroic were ready, it looked like they were aware the B play was the most likely outcome. They're unable to stop it from happening thanks to FaZe hitting some incredible shots. And now there's only one round in it, and both teams have very little money in the bank. This is a game that's teetering on a knife's edge right now. At some point, someone's money will be broken, and whoever's money's broken first could be in trouble.
And these scenarios create tension, and players do not want to make the mistake. You never want to be the player that gives up the early kill in these important rounds when you know so much is on the line. It's playoffs or it's elimination for one of the teams today. Kind of weird to see a big playoff event without these two teams. I think people would at home probably were expecting heroic to come into this one a little stronger, but FaZe have a different beast in this tournament. A minute left. It's down in the smoke, swinging out, not spotting anybody, and dropping back into mid again. Slowing it down. FaZe clan on the T side taking some control, but they're going to have to deal with down, and it's a gap in the smoke. He spotted the likes of Twist, and that is the kill. That gives them the advantage. 45 seconds for FaZe. What is the call? What can they possibly do here? They're going to go back into ramp and maybe play off cadiaN's kill, but he's going to go down as well. Stowns with a headshot, and FaZe are starting to run out of options. They go back into ramp. They've got to deal with Testis, and cadiaN is looking so good right now for heroic.
They down, Tessis waiting, easy lineup.
Oh, wow.
Tessis lines them all up with the FAMAS. He keeps on going for his team. The round was likely already won, but Testis adds a nice little cherry on top with the FAMAS spray down. And FaZe take another timeout. It's them who get broken first. It's FaZe who are out of money first. And just that one mistake earlier, Down gets the chance on the edge of the smoke to get the early kill. Then he follows up with the second. And at that point, FaZe just have to go for the desperate ramp play. It was never going to be one that was likely to work. Even though Testis was committed to the angle, he's been playing so well that that pays off for him. And now FaZe are down to the low investment.
Heroic have now given themselves the prime opportunity to try and take us to a third in this series. FaZe with the Deagles on 3. It's unlikely this round will end with success for the T side. Heroic looking to try and get 13 rounds. cadiaN may start off the round well, but he's got to get more out of his teammates, and Rin has found the reply. Shu's now under pressure. He's only got an MP9 towards the back of the site. He's done well to find one and couldn't get the second. Now FaZe are onto the site. And now they're looking for the plant. cadiaN got a wide swing into him and now switches out to the AK. No bomb plant yet for FaZe, but a shot from broky. And now 1v1. tezz spots him. tezz finds the headshot. It's down to a 1v1 though.
So close for FaZe, such a nice try. cadiaN gets that first kill that throws the round into disarray. Then they get another kill as they come out through door that just opens up the round entirely. At the end there, broky swings with his teammate for the initial kill. He knows that tezz is the ramp player, but he thinks the ramp player may have pushed through ramp instead of rotating back into heaven because tezz arrived so late. If tezz arrived at heaven sooner, I feel like they would have been more confident that he was there. But because tezz was slower than they expected, he was thinking it was going to be the flank. Full buy for both teams. cadiaN going aggressive. Trying to take initiative. Twist. He's been caught by this before. Shots come his way. Twist has to be so careful. 3 players there to deny. And FaZe can't respond quickly enough.
Great start for Heroic. And now the A play begins to come through. tezz has been brilliant, and now it's Shu's turn. He'll get one, but tezz is there for the double. cadiaN left alone, and this T side is beginning to come to a halt. Their A plays, their A rounds, they're not really working.
With his face? He's moving all over the place.
Yeah, he's trying to. I think he's got an itchy nose. Ball plank does come through. cadiaN has locked it in, but now he's looking for the round win. He'll get to scratch his nose as the reward if he wins this one. Holding for the walkout decon. Heroic has not swung yet. cadiaN continues to hold it, waiting patiently.
Oh.
One tap from cadiaN. Okay, now there's a slight chance for him. If he turns it into 1v1s, he's trying to keep his head low, but tezz just keeps swinging. Nothing can stop tezz right now.
My God, he just keeps getting multi-kills. Another 3K for him. And Heroic go for a different setup, something completely different. It's getting late into the game, so you can go ahead and throw those crazy setups in there. You can take those risks, and that's exactly what Heroic do. 3-man aggression over towards Yard. FaZe think they can react fast enough to move into the A bomb site, but Heroic's aggression is done in a way where they can rotate quickly back to the A site. FaZe would have had to have been instant with their response to move into A and to take advantage of the fact that there were so many players towards Yard. And they weren't quick enough on the push. They end up running into the crossfire. FaZe can't get it done. 14-10. Really well played round by Heroic in the previous, taking that risk on the Yard aggression. Now FaZe may just try and go back to this A bomb site. It worked for them before, but they've already lost a man early.
Good kill from Shu. She's looking for the follow-ups, and he's got a 3K. Everybody from FaZe gets eaten up. And now just Twist. Mac-10 into the vent and to his death. 15-10 for Heroic. They're now just 1 round away from sending us to the 3rd and final map of the series, which just so happens to be Ancient. Over on the mainstream, we have got Astralis taking on Na'Vi. Astralis picked Ancient into Na'Vi and lost 16-7. Is heading into the 2nd map, which is Dust 2, Na'Vi's map pick. That's going on over at the A string, ESL_CSGO. But we continue here on the B stream with FaZe versus Heroic, battling it out for elimination.
One more round for Heroic to take us to that 3rd map, to that Ancient you were talking about, which would be so fun to see between these two. They would pull out all their tricks with everything on the line here. Heroic have to confirm it though, but they are against a bad buy. Galil's on most of the players, a Mac-10 in the mix. They do have some nades. That's what they put the emphasis into. But Refresh is getting aggressive again. This Yard aggression has been such a pain in FaZe's backside, and yet again it pays off for them. Refresh gets the early kill and happily backs away.
Refresh is getting naded down in towards main. It's going to be a slower play here from FaZe. Look at his setup for the A attack, and they've got to be explosive here. Otherwise, Heroic is going to be taking this 16-10 down. Peeking out, has been digged up. cadiaN's come in with a kill, and the spray away from Refresh. He's got 1 kill from it. That's going to keep the man advantage afloat for Heroic. They'll be feeling comfortable about this one. Reyes is hiding in behind the smoke. Gets out towards the close vent, but he's got to find this kill on Shush, and he's spotted. cadiaN's going to bring Shush down. He's found a follow-up, and maybe it's cadiaN that's going to have the big round here. He's had 3 already. tezz and Refresh, they're backing away. cadiaN's got him onto the site. What a hero.
Dane on Dane violence in this round, and cadiaN is the man who's delivered most of it. Do Heroic try this? I don't think so. Refresh is so low. They don't think they can do it.
Yeah, they called it off as soon as cadiaN got that third kill. So there's a back away into spawn, and Heroic are going to concede the round. I mean, they can't really go for this. They have money on a few plays, but there's no point in giving away the AWP over to FaZe because their money's in a pretty tight spot, right? Even after this round, they're not going to be able to afford that AWP. So we are looking at 15 to 11. I was getting ready to say it's 16-10 on both teams' map picks, but FaZe are going to ruin that. Maybe they're still in this one. OT, a possibility. We've had 2 overtimes already today. You and I with VP versus Big in their elimination game. Refresh is really starting to become very comfortable as well. This is cadiaN, we get to see it from his perspective. Coming out, 6 shot in the first lineup. And follows up into the site as well. 15-11 now, FaZe Clan with a bye.
FaZe have found a bit of success on that A-bomb site. I don't know if it'll be enough to close out the entire half for them. They may need some other answers at some point, but right now, that A site from Heroic could be the focal point. Stound's got the early kill though. Oh, Refresh follows through. 2 early kills for Heroic, and this could be it.
Yeah, it's looking like a pretty good start for Heroic to try and close this one out. broky on the other side of the doorway. Flash going through, and Tess says he's getting aggressive through ramp. They're going aggressive all over the map now, but broky's held on. He's found a headshot, but it's now just Twist, and he's caught as well. 16-11 win for Heroic on Nuke. This series is going the distance. We're heading to Ancient after the break.